The press conference out of Centreville, Virginia is about to get underway. Let's take you live and listen into the update from fire officials and the NTSB.
You guys all good? Everyone's good with microphones, everything? All right. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Mitchell Clark. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Fairfax County Fire Rescue Department. Today we're here to discuss the updates that we have for the explosion and the ongoing hazardous materials incident that we have on Quail Pond Road. Behind me we have the Assistant Chief of Operations for Fairfax County Fire Rescue, Eric Craven, our Police Department, the NTSB, and our Board of Supervisors. Additionally, today we also released some body-worn camera footage from our firefighters, and we'll continue to release more information as we have that. I ask that you hold all your questions till the end, and we'll try our best to answer them, but in the case that we can't, we will follow up with you at the end. Thank you. Chief.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Fairfax County Fire Rescue units responded to the 14,000 block of Quail Pond Court in Centreville, Virginia, for a reported explosion in a single-family residence. The fire was quickly suppressed as personnel simultaneously addressed an apparent natural gas leak in the vicinity. The incident response, which grew to 2 alarms, transitioned to a hazmat natural gas leak incident, leading to the evacuation of many homes. 1 occupant and 1 neighbor both sustained minor, non-life-threatening injuries and were transported to local hospitals and is subsequently released. Gas service was disrupted to approximately 86 homes, and the evacuation grew to a total of 46 homes. There are both natural gas transmission as well as distribution lines in the area. The Fire and Rescue Department is now assisting both gas companies operating in the area, as well as federal and state agencies, as they work to determine the source of the leak and also maintain safety in our community. Williams Pipeline has isolated their pipeline, which is the transmission line, and continues to monitor their system conditions while also conducting additional monitoring at our request, and is committing to continuing that support. Currently, Washington Gas is investigating a loss in pressure within a line at the 5200 block of Belle Plains Drive. Washington Gas will continue to find and repair any leaks associated with the loss in pressure on that line on Belle Plains Drive. It's estimated that this could take 48 hours or longer. Fairfax County reoccupancy plan is zoned out geographically in the area, and the timeline is dependent on 2 outcomes. The first, the location, repair of any of all leaks in compliance with the state and federal authorities operating on site. And then second, the Fairfax County Fire Rescue Department conducting atmospheric monitoring inside all residences and ensuring that they have normal readings that are maintained prior to them being reoccupied. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hello, I'm Pat Warren. I'm the director of the NTSB's Office of Rail, Pipeline, and Hazardous Materials Investigations. The NTSB is an independent federal agency charged by Congress with investigating all civil aviation accidents in the United States and significant accidents in other modes of transportation, including the transmission of gas through pipelines. Our mission is to determine the probable cause of accidents, issue safety recommendations, and prevent future events like this from ever happening again. We do not assign blame or liability. We are here on scene to gather perishable evidence, which our team methodically and systematically reviews throughout the course of the investigation to determine the probable cause. This is the beginning of a long process. We do not determine the probable cause while we're here on scene. The probable cause, findings, and any safety recommendations will be included in our final report, which can take 12 to 24 months to complete. However, if during the investigation we identify an urgent safety issue that must be addressed, we can issue an urgent recommendation. Before I share information about the investigation, I want to say to the community that our hearts go out to all of you. We know that the accident has been very unsettling and disruptive, The safety of the community is our top priority and the reason we are here, to find out what happened, how it happened, and what recommendations to help ensure it doesn't happen again. Our team of four investigators arrived on scene Monday and expects to remain on scene until we've collected all the perishable evidence and until the area is safe for residents to return. In addition, we have a host of specialists back at our headquarters who are supporting the investigation. The team is led by our investigator in charge, right here next to me to my right, Kim West, who has more than 17 years of experience in pipeline safety. We are also joined by experts from the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, often called PHMSA, and the Virginia State Corporation Commission. I would like to thank our colleagues from Fairfax Fire Rescue and Fairfax County Police Department, as well as those who have been assisting on the scene. They've been working tirelessly, I got to tell you, to ensure that the area is safe for everyone, a great group. Our investigators are currently working with Washington Gas, Williams Company, and Fairfax Fire and Rescue to test the pipeline infrastructure in the area and confirm its integrity and identifying potential sources of the leak. Teams are currently testing the Washington Gas supply lines and estimated it will conclude testing in the next few days, as you just heard. At this time, we're focused on the Washington Gas pipeline system, but it is still early in the investigation, and before we leave the site, we will validate if there are any issues with the Williams Company transmission lines that are also located in the neighborhood. Our investigators have also examined the presence of gas in the area in the larger area to better understand what led to the explosion, and they will be interviewing responding organizations to gather additional information about the scene and at the time of the event. In the coming days, we will continue conducting interviews, collecting evidence, and following the work to ensure that any leak is detected and repaired. Witnesses to the accident or those who may have surveillance video or other information that could be relevant to the investigation are asked to contact the NTSB at witness@ntsb.gov. Again, witness@ntsb.gov. Information about the investigation can be found on the ntsb.gov website as well as on X at ntsb_newsroom. We'll take a few questions now, and I ask that when you are called on, you state your name, affiliation before you ask your question.
Fox 5. I wanted to know what you can tell us about whether or not the pipelines had an advanced detection leak system.
We have been listening in to a press conference with officials giving us an update. The Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Assistant Chief providing an update along with the NTSB, Pat Warren with the Rail and Pipeline Hazardous Investigation Team. And still at this hour, crews are continuing to try to locate the source of this leak since Sunday's catastrophic home explosion in Centreville. Dozens of people have been displaced as a result of this. Miraculously, 2 minor injuries, and we're told that those 2 people have been able to be let go from the hospital. They are okay, but you know, officials are definitely not, they're being very meticulous about this process, and they're being very, very careful. No timeline given other than this is only the beginning of a long process, and they are still, again, trying to locate the source of this leak. And once that is located, of course, repairs will be made and recommendations will also be given. But you know, frustration growing among residents, understandably so, but this is all out of safety, and we were not given a timeline as far as when families will be able to go back to their homes and if the perimeter will widen, as Matthew showed us that map of the homes impacted. So we will stay on top of this. Our Matthew Torres is there on scene, and as you saw, doing a little Q&A with the reporter, so he'll have the latest coming up on the news at 5. Right now, we'll be right back.